Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Sune is the goddess of love, of beauty and of passion, as well as sometimes being associated with the sun. She has many titles and pseudonyms, including Lady Firehair, the Lady of Love, Beautiful One, the Fickle and the Beautiful, and the Princess of Passion. Her domain is everything that is pleasing to the senses, as well as all aspects of love, from the deep intimacy of souls merged as one, to the obsessions and the murderous passions of unrequited desire. Sune appears to mortals as a woman of such blinding beauty that to gaze upon her is akin to staring upon the face of the sun. She dresses in a translucent silk gown, and her long red hair cascades over her shoulders like the rushing wildfires of passion unrestrained. The particulars of her appearance may change as her whims desire, but the depths of her beauty remain a constant. Sune passes through various Faerunian mythologies like an elemental force, tempting mortals astray and carrying on affairs with many other gods. Though she rarely forms the main subject of great legends, Sune is frequently an object of obsession and of speculation, being the calm at the center of the storm. Her legends emphasize a kind benevolence beneath a flightful sense of whimsy. In essence, Sune is a mystery who defies description and means all things to all people. The Lady of Love is ostensibly served by Lyra, the goddess of joy, and by Charis, the goddess of pleasure, though both may come and go as they please. In particular, her relationship with Charis has embroiled Sune in divine politics. For in freeing Charis from the control of Shah, the goddess of the night, the Lady of Love has thus allied herself with Mystra, the Lady of Magic, in her struggle against the Shadow Weave. This seems to have also caused Selune, the moon goddess, to leave Sune's service, but the two remain on good terms regardless. Sune is also allied with Melil, the god of music, and Lathander, the morning lord, as well as possessing a complicated rivalry with Hanali Selenil, the elven goddess of love, with both goddesses believing that they are the greater beauty. Nonetheless, the two remain on decent terms. While she has no true enemies except perhaps for Shah, Sune dislikes any gods who cause wanton destruction, such as Tempus the war god, Talos the god of destruction, Umbali the sea goddess, Malar the god of the hunt, Oral the goddess of winter, and Talona the goddess of disease. Sune dwells within the realm of Brightwater, in the plain of Arborea. Her section of the realm is known as the Heartfire Quarter, and it is a place of quiet contemplation of mysterious, winding pathways and of secretive abodes. Those inhabitants of the realm who achieve the greatest peace and serenity merge with the plane itself, becoming a part of the goddess. Merely to look upon Sune is to be affected by her potent enchantments. She will enrapture anyone within 90 feet who gazes in her direction, and none but immortals can resist stealing a glance at her. Animals will never harm her, nor may any type of male-gendered individual, to the point where even wishing to act against her becomes simply unthinkable. To look upon her unclothed may cause instant death, should she desire it. And finally, Sune is a master of enchantment magics, and all spells she casts that affect the mind are 4 times as powerful and near impossible to resist. Sune is a greater deity, and her chaotic good alignment represents her mysterious benevolence and her tendency to change her mind upon a whim. Her clerics tend to adopt the light, the life, or the peace domains, and she grants them the power to turn and to destroy undead. Her favoured weapon is the silken sash, which her divine casters imitate by training in the whip. Her holy time is the morning, and her casters pray for spells after a scented bath, though merely washing one's hands is usually sufficient in a pinch. Prayers may also take the form of frolicking or flirtatious chases through parks and gardens, of heart-rendingly soulful music, of love poetry, or of other acts in honor of love. Her lay followers and clergy both are known simply as Sunites, and they come from all walks of life, but those with naturally red hair are considered blessed by the goddess, and this often draws them to her worship. Women outnumber men 4 to 1 among her worshippers, but this disparity is gradually decreasing. Sunites serve their goddess by bringing delight to the world in a myriad of ways, be it importing fine goods, opposing tyranny, supporting artists and building better civil infrastructure, or by spreading love more interpersonally. At least once a month, the Sunite faith puts on a grand revel, a great celebration involving love poetry, dancing, and licentious abandon, to which they will invite many outsiders. Occasionally they shall also put on a feast of love, a more intimate affair that is only open to fellow Sunites. There they are pampered by luxuries and dance alone to sweet music, before breaking up into more private gatherings. Another sacred ritual of the Sunite faith is to stand in water while gazing into a mirror lit by natural light or by candles. Thereupon Sune may herself offer visions through the looking glass, thus guiding the faithful towards their heart's desire. The Sunite faith ranks among the major religions on the Dragon Coast, as well as within Sembia, in Silvery Moon, and in Arm. She also possesses many notable temples and houses of worship across Faerun, including Dawn Dancer House within Silvery Moon, Flame Grove, a secluded druidic henge west of the tiny village known as Drawn Swords within the Western Heartlands, plus the Theatre of Joy in Crimor, the caravan city of Arm, the Temple of Beauty in Waterdeep, Firehair's House in Selgaunt, the capital of Sembia, Heartwood Hall within Helm's Hold in the northern part of the Sword Coast, as well as the House of Firehair, a massive cathedral in Daerlun within Sembia, and the secret Lover's Glade, deep within the forests of Cormanthor, near the ruins of the ancient city of Mithranor, and the Palace of Passion, a grand city within Raven's Bluff in the Vast, the Temple of Sune within Bazantur, the Thayan Temple City, and another by the same name in Port Nyanzaru, at the edge of the Chultan jungles. Sunite priests remain unmarried, and they take great care in their appearance. Their clerical vestments are devotional robes, cut to accentuate their forms in pleasing ways, and coloured deep red. Their hair is worn long, often dyed red, and sometimes held back by a red sash or hidden beneath a deep mantle resembling a cobra's hood. Many maintain such high standards of grooming that they will even magically disguise themselves when they must perform less glamorous tasks. Otherwise, they shall alter their outfits as appropriate for the situation. The hierarchy of the Sunite clergy is quite loose, and individual temples are left to determine their own system of ranking priests. But they shall often follow some variation of the following system, with novices and acolytes serving aesthetes, who are confirmed priests. Ranking members of the priesthood are known as crafers of the third altar, ascending up to the ninth altar, and then above them, Philocalist, Archphilocalist, Enrapturand, and High Enrapturand, while the head of the order is known as the Heart Warder. Serving the priesthood and guarding Sune's temples and followers are a formal knightly order, known as the Sisters and the Brothers of the Ruby Rose, primarily consisting of fighters, of bards, and of paladins. They are initiated into the order by standing vigil within a Sunite temple overnight, and if they are blessed by being granted a vision from the goddess, then they shall become a full member of the order. Sunite temples often double as public gardens, as saloons, beauty spas, art galleries, and bathhouses. Her shrines often seek to locate themselves on the corners of busy streets, and her altars include mirrors suspended from an overhanging roof so that individuals may check their appearance before and during prayer so as to show their best selves to the goddess. Many temples and shrines will donate perfumes and beauty products to those who cannot afford them, as well as providing extensive lessons in their best use. In my world, the concept of romantic love is no less divided upon class lines than any other social construct. For peasants, it is a relatively simple thing that emboldens the soul as the heart seeks for what it wills. Nobles, they fall in love just the same, but for them the choice of marriage and partnership is a privilege that they rarely possess. We see for great lords and for ladies, arranged marriages are the consequence of trade deals, of peace treaties, of ancient traditions, wartime ransoms, and generally serve the imperative duty to produce heirs, which are vital for the peaceful transition of power. All of these are arrangements in which love does not even enter the equation. And therefore we see a new kind of love emerge as a diversion from duty, which is known as courtly love. This kind of love, as extolled by the troubadours, cannot exist between husband and wife, and nor can it be felt by peasants, who they have their own variety of love. But this courtly love, it is an extramarital affair, in which the noble woman holds the power to determine the rules of engagement, while the man attempts to prove his worthiness to approach. There is no reason, of course, why the genders may not be reversed or the same, but at least in template, the man takes the role of pursuer and the woman the pursued. The man, he may profess his love and beg for the honor to lie prostrate before her, to which she may set some quest or some task, such as, say, an arduous journey to retrieve some token for her affection, by which he may earn a step closer towards her presence. It is a popular game with knights, as it affords them the chance for conquest and for achievement during peacetime, as well as, of course, the bragging rights that come with earning the favor of their rivals' wives. Interestingly, the highest ideal of courtly love is a kind of unrequited affection, of love that is never consummated. This may represent a symbolic act of sympathy between the courtly lovers as they give voice to the union of marriage and of unhappiness. Or it may be a simply practical consideration to avoid questions about legitimacy and parentage over rightful heirs, no matter what the reality behind closed doors may actually be. The edicts of the Sunite faith are as follows. Beauty is more than mere appearance. It is an honesty about one's true nature that wells up from within and overflows out into the world, bearing one's true face, be it fair or foul. True love conquers all, so to have faith in romance is a worthy ideal. Let your heart lead you and follow to your true destination. Love yourself, and none more so except for Sune, and lose yourself in your love for her. One should perform a loving act every single day, so as to awaken love in others. One should also respond to love every day. Likewise, encourage beauty in whatever form it takes and wherever it is to be found. Seek out and possess beautiful things, and act as sponsors, as patrons, as protectors, and as advocates for those who create beauty. Maintain the natural beauty of your own form and display it as attractively as the situation warrants. Thus, strive to stir and to delight those who gaze upon you, finding the style that best suits your personal appearance. Furthermore, do not shy away from view, but move others to experience joy and love and desire by engaging in a pleasing variety of fashions and acts. And finally, love those who respond to your beauty, and let warm friendship and deep admiration flourish where love cannot or may not grow.